Good morning and welcome back. Let's all take a few seconds to acknowledge the importance of coffee. All kidding aside, welcome back to Canva Learning with Earth Trend Creations and Enterprise Temiskaming. Today what we're going to do is we are going to create a post based on something that we saw on Facebook. So essentially this is Open Studio Libre from our area, and they're hosting a block party to raise funds for an organization that I volunteer for. So we want to post this on ideally I want to create a story for our Facebook account so that we can promote this with all the individuals who will be performing. So we've gone ahead and saved this. We've actually taken a screenshot. We could have very well saved the image as well. I'm opting for the lesser of the two, the easier. And I've gone ahead and added it to a Facebook post. So we're going to go in right away. I don't know if you're anything like me, but I struggle with naming my files in Canva. And some of you may possibly not already know that you're able to name your files up here to the upper right-hand corner. So we will call this Zach's Crib Block Party Story Open Studio Libre. Okay, so what we want to do is add our brand stamp to this. So I'm going to go in and add our logo first and foremost. When I say brand stamp, I use the term loosely. I mean, we want to make sure that we're identified in this, that even if the Zach's Crib, the name wasn't there, that people could tell right off the bat by looking at the colors and the usual style in which we create our content. So first and foremost, obviously, is your logo. So Zach's Crib would be up there, no questions asked. And we are going to cover how to create a logo in the next few videos, so stay tuned. Here I'm going to go in and add, this used to be so much easier, and I love Canva, obviously. I can't say enough good things about it because I swear by it. I seriously swear by it. I use it daily, and I use it for very important documents. Excuse me. One of the things that I do give them immense credit for is the fact that they're consistently changing in the way of improving their stock, their templates, what they have to offer. This is for both the free and the paid version. But one of the things that I miss that they've changed lately is that I used to be able to go in because I want to add a frame. So if you go in and just insert frame, they're going to offer you these photo frames. But I want it to be a little bit more specific. I wanted to frame my image, and what they've changed is I used to be able to go in and type in rectangle, and now you have to be a little bit more specific, which is fine. So I'd go a step further and click on graphics. But what they've changed is there used to be in the first few options a very plain rectangle that you could manipulate all four sides on. Now they've added, the animated, they've added a bunch of options, but that plain one isn't there. And if you see this, it's a little bit more, I love Canva and I wouldn't take that away from them, but it's a little bit more challenging and time consuming because you can't manipulate all four sides. See what I mean? So you can go this way. This is really, really cool, by the way, but you can't go the other way. So I'm going to keep looking for, see, same here. And you could go square. You could just keep it simple and do something like that. And that totally works too. I don't dislike this. I actually might stick with this. So what we're going to do is we're going to position everything in the center. We know Zach's Crib is in the center. We don't know that this is, so we're going to go ahead and put that there. We're going to send it to the back because as you notice here, I can't access the actual image because the frame is sitting at the forefront. So I'm going to send it to the back, and I'm going to send it to the back again because this means it's behind the logo and behind the image. See, now I'm going to click out to get the highlight off. This here is now accessible because I've moved it to the front by positioning the frame at the back. So we're going to go ahead and put this in the center. As much as I like it, it's very, very simple. We could add the brand colors, and then we could go back in and do this. But what I'm really, actually, I don't mind this at all. It's not bad. What I was really looking for is something where you could manipulate all 4 sides. And I like that. I like being able to, no, not that one. What about this one? Nope. That's probably the same I just did. I will keep on searching and I will let you know once I find it. Oh, see, usually you're able to manipulate all 4 sides. When I say manipulate, I mean that in a really good way. So instead of spending much more time looking for that, I'll move on to the next thing. I still find this a little bit bland, so I'm going to go in and add, before I do add something else, I want to take a step back and go through the steps that I've taken. Actually, let's go back. I want to, access this again and sort of get it a little bit more central. Okay, so what I was going to say is I want to go back and go through the steps that I took to actually get the image that we're looking at. So just to reiterate, for the sake of clarity, I went into upload, I grabbed the image that I saved from my downloads, I put it onto here, and then I went into elements, which provides me with these 2 essential elements within the design. To get the logo, this is something I had previously designed, so I simply went back into uploads, scrolled through my list of uploads, and found the logo because it is safely stored in there. So now my next step is I'm going to go into backgrounds. Let's try to be specific and say party. Okay, so nothing there, which is to be expected, I guess. Do we want something bright like this? Nope, probably not. So it's a block party. We are looking, let's go back into photos and I'll show you how I use a photo for a background. So let's type in, let's be straightforward with this, block party. Let's scroll through the options to see. Now we don't want to be negating the importance of social distancing and all of that jazz. What about something like this? No, probably not. Okay. Oh, this would be a nice little play on words. Let's try this. So I'm going to get it down or get it up to size. And as you can see, this is its new size. This is what I meant by being able to manipulate all sides. This is what I usually got when I clicked on rectangle for a frame, but I digress. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back up to the right hand side, and I did kind of skip through that when I was moving all the other items, but we're going to go back and take some time to really look at the position option. I'm going to click on this, and what we're going to do, we've got all these options, right? So we can push it to the back. We can actually, instead of click, 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 go to the back, which is rather simple, and I should have been using this a long time ago. We can go top, middle. This is aligned to from the top to the bottom, center, and this is from side to side. So this is width, this is lengthwise. So these are all the options that you can access through this. Now on top of having done that, I think the image is lost and putting it to, like, throwing it to the back. So we're going to delete it. We're going to look for something more downtown, because we are going to have this downtown. You know what? I think this would be kind of cool. Let's see. It might be too busy, and I find a lot of the things within Canva is trial and error. So let's go back. We've got it to the size that we want. We're going to go back to position, and we're going to, instead of clicking it 1,000 times, we're going to send it to the back. I don't mind this at all, but what I do mind is the way that it takes away from the forefront. So, and you may not know, or you may already be using this religiously, transparency. So we're going back up to this top toolbar. We've got the positions option, the roller option, and here if you hover, so if you hover over any of these options, the description of the item or the option will pop up. But I want, or not but, anything after but is unnecessary. I'm opting for transparency, and what I want to do is take the focus off of the background. So I'm going to dim it a bit. Dim it enough so that this is what I see first. And again, you know, we have to be careful because the image is somewhat lost. So what I could do is have this, then we'd have to go in and minimize this, which is not that bad. See how the process sort of writes itself out? You see with what you add, the elements that you add, what works and what doesn't for the image. I see now that I've added this background, I don't like these. So back to the drawing board, almost literally. We're going to go back to elements. We're going to go back to, let's say, frame. If we have the option to change this, then we are, oh, it's a Christmas frame. Let's not. Let's try this. Nope, not appropriate for a block party. Okay, so let's do party. Party. I like going through this process on video because this is the creative process. You're choosing every element one at a time, and you're carefully considering how it complements or takes away from your project. So I like this idea. It's quite the process. I can appreciate it. So let's wonder if we turn these guys white instead. Here, there we go. Okay. I'm going to add another series of these guys. Let's go back into, and let's turn these guys white so that they're more visible. I want to see usually, and we're going to, okay, so we're going to delete this. The reason I went back and clicked on this is because I want to show you what usually comes up. Magic recommendations are amazing. It's sort of like a form of algorithm in a way because it shows you all the options that kind of match what you're looking for. So I'm going to go ahead and click on See All, and it's giving me all of the options, and I love this. This is so versatile, right? So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to add this in white. You know what? We could add our brand colors. Oh, goodness gracious. I just had a stroke of genius. I'm not calling myself a genius, but you know. So let's move these guys over and let's flip them so they don't look like the same pattern. Here's accessing another option. So we're back to the top toolbar. Not really a toolbar, but the top option. So I hovered over it. It's pretty obvious it's flip, whether it's horizontal or vertical. What I want is horizontal. And the reason I want to do this is because I don't want it to look like the same group of people. So I'm going to push these guys over. I don't want this gal to look like she's reaching for the other one, so I'm going to push her over even more. I might actually just go a little bit bigger so that I have more to play with. Bigger with this one. We got to keep them the same size. Don't want to overshadow the others. So we've got our brand colors. Our logo is kind of hidden now. So maybe we want to keep these guys white. know what? I don't hate it. Okay. And we're going to put this guy at the forefront. Front. Sometimes they don't show up right away. Let's try that again. These are going to go position to the back. Whoop, nope, wrong move. Okay. Still not bad. I'm still not hitting it. So here we go. This way here, what we're going to do is get this guy a little bigger because we can afford the space. We're still not infringing on the design. We still have, you know what? I think this looks great. Let's go a step further. I kind of like this one too, though. Let's keep up with, okay, let's go back to party, see if there are any similar ideas, because I feel like it's missing something here, but I could be wrong. So again, trial and error. We're going to, it might be too much, and I'm suspecting that it likely will be too much. Yeah, I just feel like there's something, but I think I may be overthinking it. So do yourselves a favor. Do not overthink it. I think this is good. I think this is really good. I wonder. See, what I'm missing here is this part here. I want that to be highlighted. Like the fact that it looks like a main street, like a downtown main street. Maybe that. Nope, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. So I believe we're done. I like this. We've added our brand stamp to it, and we've made it obvious that we're on board, and we want all these people who are performing to be acknowledged. I'm going to go a little off center. I think I'm going to do that. And here's where one of these is going to come into play. A disco ball. I love it. Here, let's do disco balls. Ha! That's what was missing. All right. We got this. Yeah, let's hang it here and I'll take a look at that. I kind of like that really colorful one though. Oh, much better. I like the fact that it's got the yellow, but I do really like it. Okay, let's just, nope, now I'm hiding. Okay, so let's put the kibosh on that. Put a beautiful disco ball here. Hang it there. It doesn't seem to be doing the same. What about this one? It's black. We could do it in white. Okay, so let's go with our first thought, which was this beautiful disco ball with our brand colors. It's got the string. I think we're good to go. Let's get it a little bigger up here so that we're still not, missing this. There we go. It's pretty obvious that it's a block party. This has to go up now because we're blocking, pardon the pun. We're going to move this aside a little more, and I think we're golden. So you see the block effect, like the background being a downtown main street. We've got the people, which is a sort of a continuation of what they had here, and we've got all of the information that maybe we could highlight this. What I was asked to do was highlight the fact, and we're going to do this in yellow, highlight the fact that these individuals were performing. But that doesn't work. Okay, and this is where my situation with the rectangle and being able to manipulate all four sides was so much easier and so much better time management wise. Actually, no, that's the one with the writing. I don't want that. Let's go back to simple. Let's go yellow. We minimize. It's going to cut out. What does that look like? I like it. I like it. I think let's put stars. Let's kind of get this smaller. I want there. That's awesome. Okay, I think we're good. If I add any more to this, I will be adding too much and it will take away from the actual design. It'll be too hard on the eyes. I call it visual traffic. I don't want it to be too visually stimulating, but I do want it to be busy in the sense that it is a block party. So make sure that what you're communicating in your project is clear with the actual message behind it, right? So if it's a block party, you don't want it to be flowers and peaceful and calm. You still want it to be active. You want it to reflect what you're looking to advertise. So what we do from there is we go ahead and download it, download PNG so that we can download it or add it as content to Facebook. We go to Facebook. We're going to add this as, you know what, we're going to do both Instagram and Facebook. We're going to add the media. This will automatically have downloaded and we will be provided with a preview. Awesome. And so I'm working with Facebook Business Suite. Let's just do one at a time. Here's the disadvantage of doing it through Facebook Business Suite. You cannot add all of the effects. So what I'm going to do, you could do this, do the story this way, but what I'm going to do for the sake of adding effects and making it more visually pleasing, aesthetically pleasing, I'm going to go in on my mobile device and add some elements to it, some flare, some sparkle, you name it, just to catch the eye. And I want to thank you for tuning in. We will be posting more content. We're working on it daily, so do stay tuned, do press that bell for notifications, and make sure to subscribe, because that way there you won't miss out on anything. Have an amazing day. Thank goodness for coffee. Bye.